Hello, my viewers. Good evening. Let me take this opportunity to welcome you back to this page and talk about matters that are affecting our country. Today, I want us to talk about our Kenyan police deployment to Haiti. Now, if our Kenyan police are going to be deployed to Haiti, it means that they do not know the language. They do not know the terrain. They do not know anything. They don't have a map. Some of them have not even done geography. Some of them were employed in a way that we cannot be able to talk about. So we are sending people to a very new place, 12 kilometers away from our country, and then after a disaster occurs there, then we again start saying that we will assist the families. Um, our police are not averse on dealing with gangs. They were only able to contain demonstrations by clamping down on peaceful demonstrators who were demonstrating about the cost of living and the political rights. That is a different scenario from what is happening in Haiti. So we expect that in a few days, if they go there and these inconsistencies that are there between the CS interior and the president and other state agents who are at cross purpose when they relay information about how the process is going to be carried out, because some are saying that the process has got to pass through parliament, it has to be approved, and there are others that are saying that they don't need approval from parliament. So with this kind of confusion and the kind of political circles that we have been treated for 1 year, 1 month, I don't think that our police are fit to go to Haiti and come back alive, because Haiti has been having problems from earthquakes to cholera to uh, breakdown of law and order. All those problems have been there for a very long time. And if we add the historical injustices and the discrimination that has been happening there, especially from the neighboring countries like the US, uh, Kenya police is not going to be able to manage the gangs that have taken root in that particular country. Now, there are countries that can assist that country. Countries in the Caribbean, starting from Jamaica, they have black people, so many of them. We have Cuba. Ecuador is down there at the equator zone, but then it can assist because there are so many black people in Ecuador. We have Honduras, we have Antigua, we have Barbados, we have Dominican Republic. Those are countries that have a larger population of Africans. Even the US itself has blacks policemen, black policemen who can assist bring law and order, and who also understand the language that those guys use. Other countries that have had gang problems are Mexico and Colombia. Colombia has been able to deal uh, circumspectively with the drug gangs that used to run around in that particular area. So the 14 billion, the 14 billion that is in so many uh, news outlets uh, should not be something that can push us to send our sons and daughters to a faraway land where we don't have any Kenyan interests that are being met. There is nothing that we are going to get apart from the 14 billion. Otherwise, we are assisting the US sort out the messes that it creates wherever it passes. Now, another thing that is happening lately in our country is that our president is moving from one country to another. In a span of 1 year, he has moved to more than 50 countries. He's been to so many European countries, so many African countries, even countries like Congo Brazzaville that we do not have a common language and we do not have any business interest, or they don't even get goods from our country. So I wonder what he wants to go there to do. And then when he's at home, he has never been in office seated like I am today talking to you, because he's always on a vehicle, and yet he has made the people in the lower cadre, middle class, to be unable to use their vehicles because the fuel is close to 220 per liter. You see, that is a price that people cannot be able to move from one place to another. And if there is no consumption of fuel, like last week, there was news that around 5% decline of use of petrol has happened in Kenya, means that even the amount of money that he was projecting to net from petroleum products is not going to achieve that target. So is in fact the only one who is moving around on top of vehicles and distributing yellow t-shirts to areas where he thinks that he's gone there to get political mileage, especially in areas that he did not garner votes. That is the what I can call the yellow t-shirt KK development project that nowadays is all around in the country, and it is not going to assist us in any way. So let him not don or wear counter suits and not have or exhibit principles and characters of those guys who used to wear those garments, those military garments. In fact, those garments are militant garments, and with the kind of economics that is playing, uh, analysts will look at him and say that maybe he is going to become a dictator, a very serious dictator who wants to at least run the country either for 19 years or for 24 years, because that is the plan that is underwater. It is under the water, because if he tests the 7 year term limit this time and find that it is not going to work, he's going to try it in his second term after 2027 elections, when he's going to force himself on the Kenyans, because I'm very sure that he's not going to win. He's going to fail terribly. That is why the KK does not want people to talk about auditing the servers, so that we know the mistakes, where the mistakes were, we fix them, so that in the subsequent elections we are not again going back to the same mistakes. But for him, he wants that system to remain. He forces himself on us, and then change the constitution to change it to two-term limits of 7 years. So when he changes that, he will start it afresh. He will start afresh 7 years and another seven, and that will become 24 years. And those ones who were saying that Asra ni wetu, we will continue enjoying uh, the leadership from him, and maybe at the end of that time, maybe sugar will be 1,000 shillings per kilo. A liter of oil will be 5,000 shillings per liter, and so many things would have changed in price, and our economy would have been worse than that one of Uganda or even Tanzania. Ours will be edging closer to Zimbabwe, because the Zimbabwe economy is the one that uses notes of denomination notes of so many zeros until they cannot be able to write them on that particular paper. So let us continue um, critically analyzing the kind of politics that is happening in our country, so that we can move to a better place instead of retrogressing to areas that we have come from. Have a nice day. If you listen to this information and find that it is important, it is good to subscribe. You become my subscriber. You can tap the bell. You can redistribute this information to other people, so that so many of our Kenyan citizens get this information, so that we can be informed. Otherwise, have a nice evening.